The second technique for our tessellations is the flip technique. It's not too tricky. You just need to make sure that you know the difference between the front and the back of your stencil. So here is my stencil. I'm using blue so it's easier to see when I'm tracing. And this time, the letters I'd like you to put on there are going to be a little bit different, so stick with me. I'd like you to put an A in the middle of your piece. If anything, maybe a little closer to this edge, I'm going to put a big A. And then on the top and the side, like we did originally on the other one, we're going to just put the letter B. A smaller letter B. Now, from this corner to this corner, I'm going to draw a line around here and then do the same over here. It starts almost exactly the same, but you're going to see very different results. So here I come straight out, and maybe this one will be a lot more jagged. And this one, let's do something more fun. So there are my two pieces, just like before. Then I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to cut them and make sure I know where they go. Cutting that edge of the corner, if I cut off here, it's not going to work. Right at the corner. Well, these zigzags are going to be a little annoying to cut, but that's okay. I think it'll be good in the end. On your final design, have fun creating something and thinking about what it could be. With these practices, we just want to get something on there and practice the rotation and the tracing. And there it is. There's the top B and the side B. Is right over here. Okay, there they are. Here's why this one's called the flip. You're going to turn some pieces over. So I'm going to take this piece, and like last time, it's going to go over here, but it's turned upside down. So I'm going to take it and turn it. And put my tape on it. There we go. And I'm going to take this piece and flip it over and turn it here. Get my tape ready to go. When you're making these stencils, it's always a good idea to probably tape the back side too. And I want you to look, this side has A and now this side has the B's. So you have side A and side B. The reason I had you put the B's on here is because if you don't have two B's and one of these did not get turned over, one side should only say the letter B and the other side should only have the letter A. Then you take it to your grid work and you're going to find a spot, line up those corners. Just like last time, I'm using the natural point of my paper. Can you see that natural point? And I'm putting that in here. Your stencil will no longer fit exactly in these squares. It only should have fit before we cut and added anything or changed it and created the stencil. So this is a side A. I'm going to go ahead and trace all the way around it on your paper. This one is that AB. So you know your AB patterns. We're going to flip it on an AB pattern, which will become a lot clearer once I've finished tracing it. So that's 1, 2 sides, 3 sides, and now my last side. Take your time with your tracing. I'm rushing a little bit more than I want to be. So So here I've got it all traced. That's side A. Now we need to do side B. So down here is going to be B, and up here is side A. Over here is going to be side B, and over here side A. Just to help you figure out where everything's going to go. So there's A. I'm going to turn it over and find my matching spot. Here's where it matches, and I'm going to trace it because now I have B's up just like I knew I'd have B. This one is different because on our translation one, the one that just slides back and forth, this corner is always the one filled up. This time now it's the top corner that's filled up. I'm going to trace over here too. And that's all I have. I would go all the way off, but I don't want to actually draw on the wood. And now when I take it off, you can see how B fits. This is another A, so I need to turn it over so it matches A. You're going to have to rotate it a little bit to find out where it should fit. Now it's in this corner is where my point is, and I want to line it up. But again, there's the letter A, and oh, I'm a little crooked. Let me fix that before I get too far. There we go. And I keep tracing. So hopefully now you can see how the flip one is a little more like a puzzle. You need to be able to find the corners that match it instead of just sliding it over and always having it fit. It's a little bit more to this technique than the other one. But after you master the first one, it's always good to take on that next challenge. So I have another A piece done, and this side is my B, so I have to turn it over. And look at that, it fits right there. And trace it again. This tessellation will be a little more complicated, and depending on what your design is, this is one where if you had a bat, the bat might change directions a lot in the picture. And if you had faces, the faces are going to change around a lot in the picture. So let me move this so you can see exactly how it all works. B, A, below that I would do another B. And A, B, below that is another A. And I keep turning it back and forward. I would recommend putting those letters in pencil on your paper first, just to help you keep track of it. You'll get the pattern once you fill in a whole paper with it. This is the flip technique.